What's going on, y'all? In this video, I will be discussing the lack of professionalism that Malika Andrews displays on a regular basis. You know, I'm not, I'm not too familiar with her, like, personally. I've seen her, of course, I see her a lot on ESPN, because I watch the games, but I don't watch ESPN as far as it shows. But, when I'm tuned into football or basketball, I see her a lot, right? Or basketball. But one thing's for sure, she has been providing a lack of professionalism for quite some time. The first instance that I've ever observed her was the covering of Adrian Payne. She talked about, the case, I believe it was a sexual harassment case that he had a couple years prior to his passing. What does that have to do with this man's passing? You know what I'm saying? Get that man an RIP. Tell him about the good things that he has done and let it go, man. RIP, man. Let's go on to the next segment, man. Why? Why do you bring up this man's, out of all the things that you can bring up, out of all the accolades that this man has accomplished, Michigan State, going to the NBA, you brought up a sexual harassment case? That doesn't make any sense. Another thing, Ime Udoka recently talking about this man is not held accountable, doesn't have accountability. First and foremost, this man was fired, right? Does he really get any more accountable than that when it comes down to the NBA? So, and then gets mad because he gets another job? First and foremost, man, what he did was not a crime, right? And quite frankly, a lot of people, a lot of staff, a lot of people that's higher up gets down like that. You know what I'm saying? But, Boston chose to make this, you feel me, a bigger deal. So, with that being the case, you know what I'm saying, they took action on him, right? Ime Udoka showed you that the man could coach, So somebody of Ime Udoka's caliber, he was a mediocre at best player, but that has nothing to do with his coaching. He's a good coach. So with that being said, the Nets hired this man because he's a good coach. He's the type of coach that the Durant and Kyrie is going to need, especially for Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons needs to get tougher, right? So, she's angry that this man got a job. You know what I'm saying? He already done paid the cost, Then he had to deal with everything that he had to deal with. He already done paid the cost. Now you talking about, what I'm saying? Now you're upset because it's a deserving man. He's deserving. I don't even think he deserved to be fired with the Boston Celtics. Like I said, what crime did he commit? I done seen coaches, deal with something that, what I'm saying, that didn't represent the organization in a positive light that was a little worse, that kept their job. So because he chose to, what I'm saying, give chose to do some things that man is supposed to do with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Just because he chose to do them things, you know what I mean, he get fired. I mean, hey, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Employee conduct or whatever you want to call it. But with that being the case, man, he paid his price. He's no longer with the organization. But to get mad that this man, he gets another job, he gets another chance. Yeah, that's crazy. That's real crazy. I seen another thing with Giannis, right? No, matter of fact, let's go before I go to Giannis. I didn't see it, but I recently heard. So correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. But she brought up the past of the Boston Celtics head coach. Like what? What does that got to do with this man coaching? Evidently, Boston And then they said the charges was dropped, and she still brought it up. I'm seeing the pattern here, y'all. Are you? So, you know, if that's true, that's ridiculous, right? But one thing I do know is she did some irresponsible reporting against Giannis, right? And this is one thing that I believe that others should start doing when it comes down to dealing with her, right? It's what Giannis did. She did some irresponsible reporting. So then she had the nerve to get up in Giannis' face to ask him a question. You know what Giannis did? He walked away. He walked up, had her looking crazy. I believe a lot of men should. I believe a lot of people in the sports world that has to deal with her, whether it be working with her or players, should do the same thing with her. She's out of control. She's out of line. She doesn't hold the professionalism that needs to be had. You know what I'm saying? Of somebody that's in her position. You know, she's actually making a fool of herself. You know, she's making a fool of herself doing all this. She it's it's blatant. It's right there in front of your face, man. You know what I'm saying? She, regardless of her agenda or not, there's a pattern with that. So you know what I mean? I look at patterns, I look at patterns a lot in my life, and I definitely see a pattern in that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get into details with that, but y'all know what's going on, right? So I believe that they should stop dealing with her. I believe they should stop talking to her. I believe they should go into silence when it come down to dealing with her because she's out of control. You know, we hold as we hold, especially when somebody in her position or anybody else's position. We hold the standard of professionalism for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody should be held to a standard of professionalism, especially in their occupation or whatever that they endeavor to achieve, right? We talk about professionalism with the NBA players. Oh, you need to show up, do your job. Oh, we don't want you to sit nights out. We want you to perform. That's what you get paid to do. And we expect you to do your job. Have a professionalism about your job. Come to work, come to practice, do the things, do the film work, right? Coaches, we expect you to be professionalism. Represent yourself on and off the court. Don't make us look bad as an organization. Get these players right. Go about it. Do what you have to do. Professionalism. So what makes Malika Andrews exempt from professionalism? The standard of professionalism, which she does not display. I have never ever seen her show the standard of professionalism. I'm seeing her, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Doing a little bit of mystical, you know what I'm saying, on the set. She out here shaking fast. But watch yourself. You know what I'm saying? She doing a little bit of mystical, you know what I mean, on set. No professionalism about her. But then got the nerve to be talking about holding people accountable and doing all this, man. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? So we know what's going on with this situation. And we know why she still has a job, right? So as long as she continue to have a job, you ain't got to deal with her. So how y'all gonna deal with her? Shit, I would recommend y'all deal with her like Giannis deal with her. Walk away. Don't say anything to her. You know what I'm saying? I seen Stephen A had to check her. She was trying to go ham and put something on Stephen A had to check her. So this lady is out of control. She's out of control, y'all. She is, man. And that accountability word that she likes to use, yeah, she need to be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? But that's my viewpoint on that, y'all. If y'all like these type of videos, man, I try not to go in because it's my family page, y'all. Everybody up on here is family, and I love each and every one of y'all, man. But I will cover topics like this if y'all like topics like this, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it PG. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, y'all go ahead, man, and y'all see that little circle right there, man. Y'all go ahead and press that, man. Subscribe, man, if you viewing for the first time. And for those of y'all, man, whether you subbed or unsubbed, go ahead and hit that like button, man. And y'all have a good one. We up out of here.